Has Peter Parker finally reached the point of no return, and will his world be shattered once he peeks behind the mask of Kindred? Well, let's hop into the pages of Amazing Spider-Man issue number 53 and find out together, shall we? So then, as this comic opens up, we're at the home of Harry Osborn, wherein we see his wife, Liz Allen, as well as his son, Normie Osborn. Now, on paper, this seems like a small thing, but for me, it actually answers a ton of hanging questions I've been having. Mainly, is this the real Harry Osborn we've been following around for the last couple years, or just somebody who looked like him? But no, this scene here, short though it may be, seems to remove all doubt that this is indeed the real deal Holyfield Harry. Now, where is Peter right now? We had seen him seemingly get his neck broken at the end of the previous issue, and to his shock and surprise, he wakes up not only fine, but in his childhood home with Aunt May making him breakfast. No, this isn't heaven, it's something far stranger and much worse. Peter tries to talk to the people around him, but it doesn't seem to matter what he says, like everyone has a script they're reading off of. Slowly but surely, Peter comes to the realization that he remembers what's going on here. He remembers this day. And in fact, if you're a longtime Spider-Man fan, chances are you probably figured it out before Peter did. He's actually flashed back to the events of 2007 and one of the first big stories in the brand new day era of Spider-Man following his deal with Mephisto. But why this day specifically? Why this moment in Spider-Man's very long publication history? Well, you may or may not know this, but it was on this day Spider-Man attended a party wherein he met back up with some of his oldest friends, including Flash Thompson, Lily Hollister, Carly Cooper, Mary Jane, of course. Why were they throwing this party? Well, in the honor of Harry Osborn, of course. He claims that he returned from Europe, but obviously this was him getting resurrected following the big deal with Mephisto. They would retcon this a couple more times, but essentially that was the how and why of it all. Back in the present, we see Kindred step through a door within the Osborn estate and find where Peter is being kept. He's pretty beat up. Kindred makes some rather cryptic references saying, "Don't worry, it'll hurt at first. That was the case with me at least," implying that maybe Peter did actually die here and Kindred has brought him back. I mean, he's done it before with other characters. It's also only here and now Peter starts asking the important questions that he probably should have been asking from the beginning of all of this, and that is, who is under the mask of Kindred? Harry takes this moment to monologue for a bit and really savor the moment, saying that perhaps deep down in his heart of hearts, Peter always knew who Kindred was, but was too afraid to admit it to himself. But now Kindred is taking away that option from Spider-Man and finally revealing himself once and for all, because as Kindred has put it since the very beginning, who he is not important. But what he wants and what he and Peter are going to accomplish together, now that certainly is important, but that will also be a subject for another day as the comic comes to a close. And so that was Amazing Spider-Man issue number 53, everybody, and while I think we can all agree this one felt a little on the brief side, they're definitely moving into some truly interesting directions now. Peter now officially knows what we as the reader have known for a while now, and that is that Harry is indeed the mysterious Kindred, but perhaps the more compelling questions are now how and why. This issue would seek to show us that perhaps Harry has been living some sort of secret double life through the use of magic, and after all, this isn't his first rodeo being a supervillain either. But wait a minute though, you're probably saying, all throughout the Slott run and even through the recent Venom books, Harry has been shown to be a pretty chill, down-to-earth guy who gave up all the Osborn family craziness. Then again, Harry is also making a bunch of references to things that happened before Peter messed up his own timeline by making a deal with Mephisto. My theory, and a pretty easy one to come to, is that somehow, some way, Harry was able to get back the memories that he had lost. And perhaps, just perhaps, trying to reconcile being dead and being resurrected by the devil because your friend made a deal with him probably drove Harry a little bit insane. To say nothing of a stint in hell that this Harry almost certainly had, I hope we get a special issue in the future dedicated just to him and filling in all the blanks, because as a longtime Spider-Man fan, I would love to see it. Galactus help you though if this just so happened to be your first Spider-Man run, because there's so many references and in-jokes and callbacks in this story, you're probably gonna be pretty damn confused. But hey, you know, as a YouTuber, I like to think I do my part to help clarify stuff for people, shine some light, and maybe if you did see this video, hopefully it did something for you. Overall, I would feel comfortable giving this one an 8 out of 10. I think we're definitely going somewhere with this Kindred story now, and I'm really excited for issue number 54.
Hey there everyone, it's your pal Cape Joel again, and if you're seeing my face right now, that means you watched to the end of the video, and I'll always be grateful for that. Retention helps in this crazy YouTube game, and so does becoming a patron. If you head on down to the description, you can find a link to my Patreon page. Recently just redid all the tiers, a lot of cool stuff offering up there, exclusive commentaries, exclusive polls, behind the scenes concept art for Capes and Quest. That's the brand new D&D show I've started soon. Never been a better time to become a patron. You can become a patron for as little as $1 a month and help the channel grow and, help me continue to deliver content like what you just saw. So I want to thank you all, and I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.